Namaskar. It gives me immense pleasure to be here virtually at this Digital Telco Virtual Summit 2020. These are very interesting times. Nobody would have imagined that this year 2020 would bring these kind of pandemic situations covering entire world. But of course, these interesting times require interesting solutions, and I believe that this virtual summit will try to discuss the challenges as well as opportunities, and will also offer opportunities and solutions to these challenges. The current pandemic has compelled us to replace the physical world experienced by virtual one. Wherever feasible, last year I personally attended a telecom summit. This year we all are attending it virtually. From business leaders to the school students, all of us moved quickly and smoothly to digital platforms to continue our daily routine, avoiding major disruptions. From beginning of this year, the world entered into the unprecedented phase of lockdown in various degrees. All other modes of communication either shut down or become severely restricted. Flights, trains, movements on road either stopped or had controlled movement. What remained absolutely smooth and unrestricted is our telecom and internet communication. People could communicate with each other through mobile phones or internet. IT industry switched over to work from home. Various online conferences platforms suddenly found fresh lease of life and thrived absolutely in this situation. Telecommunication and digital communication have become the backbone of every other activity. This situation has given new dimensions to the use of communication technology, and I profusely thank our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji for his visionary leadership. My dear friends, in year 2015, our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji gave the slogan of Digital India. It was not just a slogan, it was his vision as well as mission to take India to the next level as fast as possible and in inclusive manner. It is multi-pronged strategy. It involves creation of skilled manpower, necessary technological ecosystem, digital infrastructure, and identification of areas where a common man can be benefited. Digital India is not for the sake of going digital, but it is for achieving a governance system that is simplified, accessible, affordable, equitable, inclusive, and where a common man can connect easily with the technology. As a result, unique identification of individuals increased its pace, and more than 125 crore Aadhaar cards have been issued. Jan Dhan bank account were opened. The bank accounts were linked with mobile phone numbers of individuals and were seeded with Aadhaar numbers. The eKYC became the norm, and simultaneously India started its journey towards digital economy. Mobile payments, digital payments increased exponentially simultaneously. Honorable Prime Minister decided to make at least one person in every family digitally literate. Almost 3 crore people have been trained through programs like PMG Disha through 2.6 lakh training centers. Lakhs of common service centers were established throughout the length and breadth of the country to enable the digitally challenged get the benefit of government services and other services like telemedicine and tele-education. The Aadhaar enabled payment system, which is bank agnostic, ensure doorstep delivery of our cash from any bank account. Even during the lockdown, through the postman in rural remote corners of country, the direct benefit transfer ensure transfer of subsidies, cash from government directly to the account of beneficiary, thus removing the middleman and the corruption. The DBT digital infrastructure that was created by spending about rupees 10,000 crore has so far helped in saving more than rupees 1,70,000 crore of taxpayers' money, and it's further increasing every year. The GSTIN, the Ayushman Bharat, the digital payment systems, Aadhaar, all have ensured the effective governance simultaneously. We built one of the most vibrant startup ecosystem in the world. At the same time, at every step, massive amount of digital footprints were generated. This data and its analytics is helping not only our industries and business, but has also helped the government to plug the leakages, weed out the malpractices, and reach out directly to the common man, and to venture into the realm of predictive governance. And in all this, the communication technology and its effective spread across India turned out to be the solid foundation of digital India building. All this digital progress was not possible without strong telecommunication and mobile ecosystem. There were 6.5 lakh BTS in 2014, rose by about 240% to reach to 22 lakh in just over 5 years. The mobile connections rose from 910 millions in 2014 to 1156 million in 2020. Millions of smartphones came in the hands of Indians. Internet connection grew by more than 150%, and broadband connections grew 10 times from 65 millions in 2014 to 673 millions in January 2020. In the same period, that is between 2014 and 2019, more and more data was accessed through massive increase in 4G networks. India achieved unique distinction of having one of the cheapest data rates and one of the highest per capita data consumption. To take this digital revolution straight into rural heartland, the government envisaged to connect about 2.5 lakh gram panchayat with broadband connectivity. With mere few hundred gram panchayats in 2014, we have now connected more than 1.4 lakh gram panchayats with optical fiber, and they are now service ready. And now we are moving further to connect 6 lakh villages with optical fiber in next 1000 days. The National Digital Communication Policy 2018 was brought in to further strengthen India. Its telecommunication muscle, the National Broadband Mission of 2019, will ensure broadband success to all villages by 2022. Under the leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and our Communications Minister Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, we have created a massive digital infrastructure to make India ready for the next level in digital economy. To continue this march ahead, we are committed to support the efforts in transformational telecom technologies. We are committed to necessary reforms in telecom sector wherever required. We are committed to increase our reach and quality of services. Our National Broadband Mission, that is NBM, envisions to fast track growth of digital communications infrastructure, bridge the digital divide, facilitate digital empowerment and inclusion, and provide affordable and universal access of broadband for all. It is structured with strong emphasis on three principles of universality, affordability, and quality, and strive to provide broadband access to all villages by 2022. Envisioning about rupees 7 lakh crore investment from stakeholders, including rupees 70,000 from USOF. With the rapid growth in the sector, we are now poised to cover balance 5% of villages, around 27,000 villages. We does not have mobile connectivity, telecom connectivity to remote and far flung area of country including northeastern states, Himalayan region, LWE affected areas, islands and border areas will ensure accelerated development and meet the aspirations of the people of these areas. For development of various telecom infrastructures such as fiberization and tower densification, right of way clearances from various central and state agencies are required, and we are working on it. The new and emergent technologies such as 5G, M2M and artificial intelligence need to be supported by incentivizing them for accelerated transition, so that we are not left behind in the fourth industrial revolution. Tremendous opportunities lie ahead for us for application of these technologies in various sectors such as agriculture, financial services, health, education, urban development, e-commerce, logistics and transportation. Department of Telecommunication has in March 2018 approved a multi-institute collaborative project to set up indigenous 5G test bed at a total cost of rupees 224 crores. The collaborating institutes include IIT Madras, IIT Delhi, IIT Hyderabad, IIT Bombay, IIT Kanpur, IISc Bangalore, Samir and Center of Excellence in Wireless Technology, CWIT. The project envisages setting up of an end-to-end open 5G test bed in distributed architecture model. The project will enable Indian academia and industry to validate their products, prototypes and algorithms. Various digital communication technologies, DCTs, are envisaged to play important role beyond voice and internet connections, considering their ability to provide near real-time large data pipes. Softwareization integration with other information technologies such as AI, IoTs, smart infrastructure, big data analytics, telecommunication technologies are poised to contribute in enhancing industrial productivity, efficiency, resource management through connectivity among digital objects and platforms. Other technology fields like spectrum and wireless technology, security and safety architecture are also equally exciting. NAVIC system has started penetrating Indian handset chipsets for creating new opportunities of employment, support to startup and Make in India initiatives under the umbrella scheme Champion Services Sector Scheme, that is CSSS. Department of Telecommunication DOT has launched following two sub schemes, namely brand building of India as telecom manufacturing and services destination and setting up of digital communication innovation squares, that is DCIS. The new generation technologies are knocking on the door, but we must see their use in our Indian context, ensuring more inclusiveness and assisting our people to solve their problems, and at the same time we must also think of developing technology products which can have strong export potential and generate global demand. Continuous interaction with all the stakeholders, including the partners from the industry, is key to the growth of any sector. It is necessary to understand the concern and take suggestions from all At the same time, for rapid development of the nation, we need to reform, perform and transform. We will certainly do whatever is required so that telecom sector continues to contribute for socio-economic development of the country and for the benefit of consumers. Our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has announced One Nation One Digital platform in education sector. The digital and online education has hit the rural hinterlands. E-NAM has reached rural agriculture arena. National Knowledge Network is being expanded to non-metro educational institutes. Mobile-based apps are being developed increasingly from Tier 2 and 3 cities and from other non-metro areas. Can our telecom companies see these changes happening? Can they tweak their marketing strategy and business model to tap these untapped areas? Can we see more investment in improving the quality of services and improvement in connectivity? And more importantly, in the field of research and development. Can the technologies like public Wi-Fi, air fiber be leveraged to improve the accessibility of telecom and internet services? Can our industry shift the gears and move to niche products telecom? Can the indigenous ecosystem be developed by mentoring and hand-holding of promising startups and smaller players? We have to find answers to these questions, and that too very fast. Dear friends, our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has given us a mantra of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Leadership of our Communications Minister Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad ji are striving to attain that goal. I am sure with active involvement and commitment from our industry, our entrepreneurs and government, very soon will take our telecom industry to development more and more products that are made in India, made for world. With these words, I thank you for giving me opportunity to share my views on this topic. Thank you once again and best wishes. Namaskar. Jai Hind.